Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose, where we talk about things that are, you remember, interesting, fascinating, irritating. I like to be all three, and my show is the same. I'm the Goose, and I'm so glad to have you back. No boxing this time. Stick with me. This is going to be interesting, okay? Do a little politics, shall we? I have to start, though, with my drug, my medicine, and that's caffeine. They haven't outlawed it yet. My coffee, you remember, very strong, like my opinion. And I got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. All right. Let's talk politics. Now, if those of you who watch the show on a regular basis know I don't talk about politics in the United States. There's a reason for that. I'm very aware. I have very strong political views. But, you know, it's gotten a little crazy in the U.S. You try and have an intelligent, respectful conversation with somebody, and you disagree with them, they start calling you names. You're racist, homophobe, sexist, every other ism they can think of, and then it just all falls apart. So I'm not even going to get into American politics. But I will talk a little Filipino politics, not that that's any less crazy. A very interesting figure has arrived at the scene in Manila, a new mayor. I'll give you his name in a second, but I'm going to start with a joke. Okay, now trust me, all my jokes are good. At least I like to think they are. The name of the young man is ISKO Moreno. His full name is Francisco Moreno Domagaso. Okay, ISKO Moreno, young guy. He replaced Arap. Arap, long running figure in Filipino politics, but there's a lot of jokes about him too. Now, I don't mean this disrespectfully, just having fun. There's one of my favorite jokes, and I've told this joke to people who are have serious medical issues with the brain, tumors and brain surgery. I'm allowed to tell the joke, okay? Because I've been there. Anyhow, getting ahead of myself. Arap went to the clinic for a checkup. Doctor sat him down and said, "Now, Mr. President, Mr. Mayor, I have some very serious medical news for you. You have a tumor on your brain." And Arap starts laughing. And the doctor says, "Hold on now, this isn't funny. I thought you people understood English. You shouldn't be laughing. Now, hold on now. This is very serious business. I'm going to tell you again. You have a tumor on your brain." And Arap said, No, doctor. We understand English. Don't worry. But I just want you to know that, back in the Philippines, they tell me I have no brain. And here you tell me I have two more. Okay. Stick to my day job, I know. Let's talk about the new mayor of Manila. ISKO Moreno, 45-year-old young man. Very intelligent. And, it's a rags to riches story. I love this kind of story. This young man grew up in the slums of Manila, cozy little town of 20 million people. He, at the age of 10, this sounds kind of like Manny Pacquiao when he was a kid, went around gathering newspapers and bottles and would sell them to junk dealers to make money, to help the family out. And he was what we call in the U.S. kind of like a dumpster diver. He would go into the trash bins behind restaurants and get food, bring it home. His mom would recook it and feed the family. So ISKO Moreno is, he knows what it's like to be needy, and he knows what it's like to, have to really dig in and do whatever you have to do to survive. Well, he has risen through the ranks in politics, actually had a short acting career, and again, very intelligent man. He has studied at Harvard and Oxford. Doesn't get any more exclusive than that. He was just elected mayor earlier this year, succeeding Arap. And what's lovable about Moreno is his genuine, caring nature that is not riddled with corruption. He's very anti-crime, anti-corruption. He has three themes that he is focusing on in his tenure as mayor of Manila. Number one, building the infrastructure. I've heard people say, that's not my opinion, but experts say, Manila is collapsing. It's, in other words, it needs a little boost, more than a little boost in its economy. And the infrastructure collapsing is part of it. And he wants to spend money to build up the infrastructure in Manila. Also, attracting business. You have to get new businesses in town to build up the bankroll of the city and employ people. And the third, and this is so important, is urban housing. The poor and the not so fortunate have to have an affordable place to live. So those are the three themes, the three goals that ISKO Moreno is focusing on during his tenure as the mayor of Manila. He has admitted, I'm not really sure, there's so many different political parties in the Philippines. I don't think he is in the same party as the president, Rodrigo Duterte, but he has admitted that he is inspired by Duterte. And he has also chewed him out. He's taken Duterte to task. You gotta love this, because he's very brave for his language, his use of bad language. Hey, the kids are watching. Let's clean it up. And so Duterte admires him for being upfront and honest and, calling him out. Duterte has also said that he admires Moreno for a lot of the things he's doing. First and foremost, battling corruption. You're not going to really succeed in improving things, not really, in your country, your state, your province, or your city, unless you battle corruption. That's one of the biggest causes of failure or urban blight in any government is corruption. And we see it in the United States, Lord knows. And for all of you Trump haters, I still am of the opinion that Duterte is a lot like Trump, in that he's taking on the big dogs who are the source of the problem, and they're fighting back. That's why you see a lot of the okay, I'm not going to get into American politics, but do a little homework, and the same is true in the political scene in the Philippines. That's why Duterte is so popular. 70-80% approval rating, but not against the not with the powerful people, the corrupt people in the Philippines. They don't like him because he's coming after them. So at any rate, ISKO Moreno is he believes in a lot of the same things that Duterte does. Anti-crime, anti-drugs, cleaning up Manila, the battle for Manila Bay, and anti-corruption. And he means business. He's a great, lovable, personable, approachable guy, ISKO Moreno is, but he means business. And he's not afraid to drop the hammer when it's needed. And I'll give you a good example. A while back, he told the sidewalk vendors in Manila, and you see that in any major city in the Philippines, you got to clean up your act. Do business fine. You're fine. 100% behind you doing business on the sidewalks. But clean up your trash. Don't leave a mess for the rest of us to have to deal with. And they said, oh, okay, we'll do that. We'll clean up. And they did. Well, here comes ISKO Moreno not long ago, a surprise inspection. They didn't hold true to their promise, and he shut them down. He banned sidewalk vendors in Manila until they hold true to their word and clean up their mess. So you got to love the guy. He's it's not just all wishing upon a star, puppies and bunnies, and let's all hug each other. That's not how he is. He's a man of action, and he wants results, and that's why he is becoming even more and more popular, not just in Manila but throughout the country. Now we're seeing. Now, what's in the future for him? He's only 45, which in political terms, he's a young guy, and he's a brand new mayor of Manila. I don't know what the term of office is for the mayor of Manila. But, and here's the reason I was turned on to this guy by a Filipino friend I have. He might run for president in 2022. That's the next presidential election. And by law, Duterte will not be able to run. So a new dog, a new sheriff in town in 2022. Now, again, they're not in the same party, I don't think, but they side with each other on a lot of issues. So you might see ISKO Moreno running for office, and who knows, he might be your next big dog in Manila, not just as the mayor, but as president of the Philippines. We'll see. We'll keep you up to date. I love, hearing rags to riches stories, but somebody who goes into office and instead of just playing the game, gets things done. And that's hard to do. And so hats off to you, ISKO Moreno, Mr. Mayor, Yorme, as they call him in Manila. And when we go back, Raquel and I and the family, to the Philippines in June, we'll stop in Manila and see if I can pay a visit to the Mr. Mayor, ISKO Moreno. And I know he's familiar with Manny Pacquiao. Maybe we'll get Manny too. And that'll be when Congress is in session. So cross our fingers, right? That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Hope you enjoyed the show. We have many more to come. Many thanks for you folks who watch and for all of you who subscribe. The number just keeps growing. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.